The Farm at Lane's End, Chapter 6. Key words. A fox den is where foxes live. To turn in means to go to bed. In a jiffy means in a very short time. I'll be ready in a jiffy. Discharge papers mean release papers, usually from hospital. Permission to leave. To nip somewhere means to go somewhere quickly. I'll just nip upstairs and get some sheets. Bangers and mash. This means sausages and mashed potatoes. Sound asleep, fast asleep. Both mean deeply sleeping. And in the nick of time means at the very last minute. He arrived just in the nick of time. And now the text. The Farm at Lane's End, Chapter 6. In Chapter 5, everyone enjoyed a very good lunch at the Queen's Head. Rachel explained what lasagna was. We found out that Rebecca used to work at the pub when she was a student, and we also found out that Rachel had put the bill on the slate for Ken to pay next time. And now, Chapter 6. The Farm at Lane's End. The Fox by the Stream. I say, Dad, do you think there's a new fox den nearby? It's interesting you say that, Dave. Just the other evening, I saw a fox at the bottom of the big field. You know, down by the stream. That's okay, Dad. The foxes will soon take care of the water rats. Foxes love water rats for dinner. And Dave, we must be careful to make sure the chicken coop is properly secured before we turn in each night. We don't want the foxes having our chickens for dinner. I say, Dad, you've given me an idea. Let's have chicken for lunch on Sunday. A good idea, Dave. Thanks, Dad. And I'll go and catch a big, juicy chicken. That's perfect, Dave. We haven't had chicken for a very long time. Now come on, Dave. Finish your breakfast. It'll soon be time to go and get Mum. I bet she can't wait to come home. I'll be ready in just a minute. We don't want to keep Mum waiting, do we, Dad? Soon after, at the hospital. Hello, Mum. We've come to get you. Are you ready to go? I'll be ready in just a jiffy, Dave. I say, Ken, can you help me empty my locker, please? Of course, my dear. We brought a big plastic bag with us. All we have to do is stuff your things into it. It'll only take us a minute. We'll not just stuff everything in it. We'll do it nicely and neatly, please. I say, Mum, have you got your discharge papers? No, Dave, not yet. Oh, look, here comes the nurse with an envelope. Excuse me, please, Mrs. Barton. Here are your discharge papers. You're free to go. Thank you, nurse. And thank you for everything you've all done for me. You're all very kind. Don't mention it, Mrs. Barton. It's been a pleasure helping you. But remember, Mrs. Barton, you still have to take it easy. You must let your husband and son do all the housework and cooking, at least for a week or two. Did you hear that, Ken and Dave? Yes, we did. Dave, it's up to you. But of course I'll help when I have time. Thanks, Dad. So come on, Mum and Dad. Let's go home. What we need is a nice cup of tea. At home. Can you help me up the stairs, please? I need to lie down. I'm still feeling a bit weak. Oh no, I've forgotten to make the bed. Dave, be a sport and nip up to the bedroom and make the bed. I'll help Mum up the stairs. How are you feeling, my dear? A little weak, but I'll be fine soon. Mum, what would you like to eat? What have we got? Bangers and mash and peas. Sounds delicious. It's great to have you home, Mum. It's great to be home. Lunch in an hour? Fine by me. Later that night. It's been a wonderful day, Dad. Mum's home again, and we had a brilliant lunch. Bangers and mash and peas. And how's Mum, Dad? She's sound asleep, sleeping like a baby. I say, Dave, did you bring in Mum's luggage? You know, the big plastic bag I left by the car. I thought you brought it in, Dad. I must have forgotten it, Dave. Never mind, Dad. I'll nip out to the car and get it. Thanks, Dave. 5 minutes later. Just in the nick of time, Dad. It's just started snowing. It's good you remembered, Dave. Well, all's well that ends well. Oh no, Dave. I'd forgotten to lock the chicken coop. I do hope the fox hasn't been. Never mind, Dave. I'll go and lock the chicken coop. Thanks, Dave. And I'll have a whiskey ready when you get back. Thanks, Dad. I'll only need a minute. That was quick, Dave. Was everything okay? Yes, Dad. The chickens are still there. A large Scotch or a small one? A large one, please, Dad. Well, we've earned our whiskey today. We certainly have. Here's to us, Dave. Cheers, Dad. It's a very hard life being farmers. The Farm at Lane's End. Written and read by Nigel A. James. And now to finish with, here are some questions. Where did Farmer Ken see a fox? What do foxes like for dinner? What was Dave's plan for Sunday lunch? What did Mum want help with at the hospital? What did Dave and Farmer Ken bring with them for Mum's luggage? What did the nurse tell Mum? Why did Mum need help going upstairs? What did Farmer Ken forget to do in the bedroom? What did Dave offer Mum for lunch? And the very last question, did Farmer Ken remember to lock the chicken coop? That's all for this week. Thank you for listening. See you next week. Bye-bye for now.